Welcome to the first video of our new series of Amazon Clone with custom backend. In this series, we will be building the complete fully fledged application of Amazon that you use, that I use, that everyone use with Flutter and custom backend. So in this video, I will be showing to you about the tech stack, the features, the prerequisites and everything about our entire series. Now you can see there are a bunch of technology that we will be using. So you can see under my tech stack, first of all, there will be a Flutter. Flutter will be used for building the front end of our application. Now, many of us already know that we are under a business of Flutter, so we will be mostly focusing over Flutter and also of custom backend. Under my tech stack, there is Flutter for building the front end. There is Dart for creating the front end with Flutter. You can see we'll be requiring Dart for building the applications, that is for writing the code under a Flutter. After that, we have got TypeScript. TypeScript will be used for writing the backend, that is the backend language that we are going to be using with the help of Node.js and all that stuff. After that, after TypeScript, we have Node.js. Node.js will be our runtime environment that we'll be using to connect our API, our front end, our back end, and etc. After that, we have Express.js built on top of Node.js. We have got a database as PostgreSQL, that is our relational database. After that, we have TypeORM. TypeORM will be used for modeling, that is our data modeling. We won't be writing all the raw SQL queries, but instead we'll be using TypeORM. For authentication purpose, we have Redis DB and JWT. We will be using both the types of authentication things. That is, we'll be using JSON Web Token and also we'll be using Redis DB. After that, for phone authentication, we will be leveraging Twilio. Twilio is a messaging service that will be used for providing the OTPs, that is for phone authentication. After that, we have got Cloudinary. Cloudinary will be used for storing our images. We won't be storing all of our images and videos under database, but over to a cloud storage of Cloudinary. You can use any sort of storage, but for our Amazon clone, we'll be going with most of the basic stuff and most of the free stuff. So we will be using Cloudinary. For showing the location of the user, for under case of our customer application, we will be using Google Maps. You can also use leaflet maps, but I will be going to some standard stuff of Google Maps. Now, this is the basic understanding of text that we are going to be using under our Amazon clone. Next up, we have got features for our application. Now, heads up, we have got two different applications. We have got our customer application and also we have got an application built for delivery boys. You can see whenever you order something, all the delivery boys will be up and ready at our home. They don't have the normal application that we use. They have a different application built for their own use case, which is mostly known as the delivery application. After that, first of all, let's discuss about the customer app. Under a customer application, it will be a normal e-commerce application that we usually visit with Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, or all the stuff. So under case of customer application, first of all, there will be an authentication with email and password. All right, let me fix it a little bit. So after authentication with email and password, we have authentication with phone number. After that, we have got forgot password. Yes, forgot password feature is very important under any of sort of application. After that, we need to cache all the credentials. So we'll be using Cache Manager, which is my pre-built own package for caching all the credentials, for caching data, JSON, string, and etc. and etc. After that, we have got a task of listing all the products from admin panel under the customer application. We have got a feature for bookmarking, that is saving products for later, that we normally call it to be our wish list. So under our wish list, we will be bookmarking or saving the products for viewing them later. After that, we have got a shopping cart. Shopping cart is a huge component of any e-commerce application. So we'll be building a fully fledged dynamic shopping cart, which will be able to perform all the CRUD operations, that is create, read, update, and delete all the items from our shopping cart. After that, we have got an option of viewing the products with details. Now, this is some complex stuff that will be performing because there will be some arguments, dynamic arguments, some details of the products, and etc. and etc. After that, we will be having some banners. We will be showcasing the banners with the help of videos and all the images. All of them will be outperformed from our admin panel and we will be listing all of them under our customer application with the help of our admin panel. After that, we will be having some reviews. Under reviews, we will be able to CRUD all the reviews. That is, the user will be able to review on a particular stuff only on which he has buyed. So we need to add a condition of that as well. So we will be CRUDing all our reviews. We have got our user profile. User profile is very important because user profile will be showing the phone number, the address, the email address of our own self to the delivery boys. Under that case, we will be able to CRUD all the properties of our user profile. After that, we have got an option of managing orders. Whatever the stuff, that is whatever products, items that we'll be ordering, we need to check the particular orders under a different view, so we'll be able to manage all of our orders. After that, all the users will be have a list of addresses. There won't be a single address, but there will be a list of address, because the address will be under type of home, office, other address, and etc. After that, we have got an option of feedback. Suppose we need to add some feedback to the application, to the delivery boy, or any other component. There is an also option of feedbacks, that is creating all the feedbacks. After that, we will be having a complex navigation flow, because you can see there will be a bunch of views. You can see there will be a bunch of views under a case of our authentication, our homepage, our products, product details, payment gateway, the orders, and all that stuff. So there will be a complex navigation flow that we need to manage. And as our application is going to be a huge, there will be a lot of error as well. No application is incomplete without errors. So we need to handle all the errors with ease and maturity. After that, you can see there will be an option of selecting address for a particular orders, because not all the users will be shopping over a particular order. There will be a variety of addresses that he can choose up. Last but not the least, we have got a payment gateway integration, which is some normal stuff. If you have been following me, we have listed up payment gateway variety of times. And lastly, we have got an order status modes. Under case of order status mode, the user will be able to check the status of his order. The status of the order will be mostly under a case of accepted, delivered, cancelled, and etc. So these are all the features of customer applications. Now don't worry, I will be listing up the following notion sheet on the description box, so you can check it up and you can compare the following project with your own way. So next up, after having the following customer application, we have got a delivery application. Under a case of delivery application, there won't be a great UI, but a fantastic features. So under case of delivery application of the delivery boy, there will be some authentication with email and password. There will be a feature of checking all the orders under a particular area of the delivery boy. There will be a feature of accepting and rejecting all the orders. There will be a feature of checking user details of the orders, so he will be able to contact the particular users. We also need to handle the security of the user, so we'll be doing it as well. After that, you can see we'll be able to view the order location on maps. There will be a separate tab, some view, on which we will be able to locate all the orders under a locality with the help of some custom markers. Now, once the delivery boy will be accepting a particular ad order, we will be using Polylines API to mark the navigation to the particular address. And secondly, we'll be having a delivery profile. The delivery profile will be same as our user profile. We will be able to create some details about ourselves, that is some description, our phone number, user profile, and etc. And lastly, we have got an option of handling accepted and pending orders. There will be some tab bar, some tab view, under which you will be able to list all the accepted orders and all the pending orders. And lastly, we need to sync our entire orders with our customer application. You can see there will be a mode of order status mode under customer application, and same goes under our delivery application. We need to mark up both of them under sync, and we need to conjugately notify all the delivery boys and users for the order status. So these are all the features of delivery application, and these are all the features for the customer application. Now this is going to be a huge, no one has done all of this stuff on YouTube, so I hope I will be getting a greater response from you guys, because I will be working very hard on recording these videos. So after having the following features and text tag, the other stuff is about a Flutter code. For the state management of a Flutter, we will be using Block. Now many of you must be familiar with Provider, but with the introduction of this series, I will be teaching you guys about what is Block and how you should be using Block under some production applications. Under the case of architecture, we will be using MVVM, that is Model View Model Controller. That is Model View Model, not a controller. So we will be using architecture to be MVVM and state management to be Block. Now, if you don't know anything about MVVM or Block, don't worry, I will be having some special episodes reserved for them, so that you will be getting a clear idea about what is Block and what is MVVM and how you can use both of them in conjugation for bigger applications. Now, there are also some prerequisites for getting started with the following Amazon clone. And under case of prerequisites, the first prerequisite is about basics of Flutter and Dart. You must be knowing some basics of Flutter and Dart. No matter what, I will be explaining some stuff to you, but for a clearer picture, you should be getting some understanding about what is Flutter and what is Dart. After that, you should be also knowing some basics of TypeScript. Now, I have got some video covered about what is TypeScript. If you see, I've got a video here at somewhere downside. Okay, so you can see I got my TypeScript tutorial, under which you'll be able to learn about what is TypeScript and how you should be using TypeScript for writing some backend code under a clear way. After getting the basics of Flutter and Dart and TypeScript, you should be knowing some idea about Node ecosystem. That is, what is Node.js and how Node.js works. Also, some idea about REST API. And you know what? I already got a series covered for both our Node ecosystem and REST API. If I show to you, you can see this is my entire playlist that is Flutter REST API with Node.js, Express, and MongoDB. Now you must be watching the following series one more time if you haven't watched. Under this series, I have explained about what is Node.js and how you should be using Node.js for creating a small to-do list for now for basics for building up your base with Node.js and Flutter. So I highly recommend you to watch the following series. I will be mentioning both of them under the description box. Now these are all the prerequisites that you must be handling up. That is basics of Flutter, TypeScript, Node ecosystem, and REST API. Other than that, I will be explaining both, that is everything about the following project to you through my videos. Now lastly question about number of uploads. I will try my level best to upload 3 videos per week. Now there might be 3 videos or 4 videos, but there will be a minimum of 3 videos. So this was all about the overview of our Amazon clone. I hope you are getting some idea about how big and huge this application is going to be. So you have seen the tech stack, you have seen the features of our customer application, delivery application, some prerequisites, and etc. So this was all about it for now for the overview. I highly recommend you to subscribe to this channel if you are not. Currently, we have somewhat 4.76 subscribers. That is 4.76 thousand subscribers. I want 10k subscriber before ending this year. That is my target. So I hope I will be able to achieve this target with the help of you guys. So it will be awesome if you can share about this channel, that is about our channel, in your network, under your social media, Instagram, etc. and etc. I won't be demanding too much, but it will be awesome if you simply add some story or tell your friends about our channel and also about building our Amazon clone with Flutter and custom backend. So with that said, if you want the daily updates about the video, that is the timing of the videos and etc., you must follow me over to my Instagram. I will be putting the link of my Instagram handle under description box. You must check it out. I upload daily new posts over Flutter, Dart, custom backend, and all of this nerd stuff. So with that said, I hope you have loved the overview of our Amazon clone and the stuff that we are going to be building. So I won't talk too much, but I will be showing to you my code about how to build Amazon clone. So with that said, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.